What's up, people? It's your girl, Adeola. The Nigerian government is pissing me off. No. They are really pissing me off. Look at me, dancing in the last episode that our girls are finally coming back home. We are talking about my reputation now, only for the Nigerian government to disappoint again.
I wish to inform this audience that a ceasefire agreement has been concluded between the federal government of Nigeria and Al-Sunnah Lidawa wal Jihad.
Thank you, Jare Kalidowo. God bless you. You see what I'm saying? Me, I was busy thanking all the protesters only for me to hear that dozens of people have been killed in more than 6 attacks since the announcement. In fact, Boko Haram has kidnapped another 60 women and young girls. Can you imagine? 40 of them from one town, 20 from another town. Why announce to the world that you've reached ceasefire agreement with Boko Haram when you clearly have not been able to convince them to ceasefire or release the girls? You can just say, we are negotiating. We would know that you are still talking, you're having a dialogue. You know they said that the girls will be released this week. In fact, they said they will be released on Monday, this last Monday. That was before Dr. Kupe went on Twitter to contradict what that person said. That is when I started getting confused. It's not your fault, it's not your fault. From now on, I don't believe anything this government says until I see it with my koro eyes. Nigerian government, get it together. Another person that needs to get it together, by the way, is that Nigerian guy, the one that jumped the fence of the White House. Seriously, bro, what exactly is the matter? How should we pray for you? White House, of all the places that you can run to, I really pity his parents, his family members, and his friends. I can't imagine how they felt when they saw the news. Honestly, I can't wait to hear his story. Exactly what was going on in his medulla oblongata. Nigerians, Abba, you just have to make the news, Don't disgrace your family, don't disgrace your friends, and don't disgrace me, Ojare. And speaking of a family, did you all guys hear about the sister of our petroleum minister, Madam Alison Madueke? Did you hear that her sister was kidnapped? Yes, so gang. It was very sad. Very sad, I'm telling you, the Nigeria of today, whether you are rich or poor, it doesn't matter. Anybody can be kidnapped. Anybody can die on our roads because we have bad roads. And the armed robbers can attack anybody. Her name is Osio Agama. I got on the internet to express how sad I was, only for me to see Nigerians writing all sorts of things. Listen to this. This person said they failed to provide security for the masses, so they will face the wrath of the youth that they've made criminals. Hey, Nigerians, you know they fear you. Kai. I heard that the whole of Port Harcourt was thrown into confusion because of this. That means that everybody was sad. You get what I'm saying? I don't know why this person is saying this. Let me find a better comment to Jare. It hasn't thrown nothing into confusion. Port Harcourt still the bubble. Hey, people, Abba, even if you are not sad for Madam Madueke, at least pretend that, pretend now. Hey, it's not good though, it's not good. Anyway, let me find a better one. While I express my sympathy to Alison Madueke and family, finally, somebody is expressing their sympathy. No, seriously, we need more people like this in Nigeria. People that will pity you no matter what you've done. We need merciful people in Nigeria. Thank God for whoever you are. Thank God for you, Ojare. Yes, while I pity the family, when you steal a nation's wealth without looking back like the proverbial lot, expect those you've plundered to do evil things to get a share of the cake. Hey! See, I thought this person was pitying. People, I should know better. The kidnappers want their own share of the $20 billion. Some of you just want me to say there is God. There is God now. Why must you bring up the issue of the $20 billion? That has already been swept under the carpet. As far as the Nigerian government is concerned, it never happened. This is the time to pity the petroleum minister. Some of you are too bold, and I keep telling you that you're on your own. If the junior sister in question is the one that gave birth to Jonathan's children, then the search should be inwards. See, this is why I don't read people's comments on this show. What is wrong with Nigerians now? Kai, some people talk too much information. Kilagbe, kilaju. Why are you talking about somebody gave birth to Jonathan's children? I'm mad yourself. Can you imagine that nobody is pitying the family? Sometimes people can be enemies of progress, But Madam Madweke, you not do well, Jare. Just in case you are watching, you can see for yourself now how much people love you based on how you've been handling our wealth. I'm saying that maybe you need to change some ways. You get what I'm saying? And start caring about, common people, because what goes around sometimes it can come around. You get what I'm saying? Yes. And you can start by reproducing that $20 billion. Yes, I'm not saying that you stole anything, please, God forbid, Tofiakwa. I would never say anything like that. I'm just suggesting, some ways in which you can get on the good side of the masses. Anyway, Madam Madueke, while I sympathize with your family, and I do, I'm very sorry about what happened. I'm just hoping, though, that now that these kidnappers are striking close to home by going after important people, I just hope that our government will now take security in Nigeria very seriously. I hope they will. We've been shouting all this while that the common people are not finding it funny. They act as if we are just making noise. See your life now. See your life. You yourself, you are no longer safe. I be not be so. The other time, Madam Ngozi's mother was kidnapped. Not only that, Mr. President's cousin was also kidnapped. Now that Petroleum Minister's sister, are we waiting for them to kidnap Mr. President before we would know that security is a major issue in Nigeria? In case you don't know where I'm coming from, I'm trying to say that there is a direct correlation between the rise of kidnapping and unemployment in Nigeria. Yes, so remember the lawyer that was kidnapped recently? He said that when he got to the kidnappers then, that he met so many graduates, so many, that in fact, some of them actually have their master's degree and that they spoke perfect English, not even pidgin English. I was like, what? I was shocked that we have master's degree holders as kidnappers. I'm saying that if this government doesn't create jobs, don't expect kidnapping and armed robbery to stop or go down. When people don't have jobs, it's either they become conductors, conductor for Molue, you get what I'm saying? Or they become bus drivers or Okada riders. Or they do menial jobs, it's a biri kokwe, you get what I'm saying? And they don't want to do that because they want to do fine boy. They don't want their girlfriends to see them riding Okada. By not creating jobs for young people, you give them no choice. And by the way, Mr. President has been saying he created 1 million jobs. Until now, no one has any evidence of this 1 million jobs that Mr. President said he created. All we know is that when immigration wanted to hire 3,000 people, more than 700,000 showed up. 700,000, and more than 20 of them were killed that day in stampedes. So if truly 1 million people have recently been hired by different sectors, I don't think that 700,000 people would show up at immigration alone. But maybe I'm not making sense. Anyway, I hope that the Madweke's family is not disturbed. Don't be disturbed, because I know they will find the sister. I just wish our girls, more than 200 of them, I just wish they will also get priority treatment and be taken important. Don't forget to rescue them as well. But you guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Speaking of creating jobs, I want you guys to meet a Ghanaian man who came up with a brilliant idea that has created jobs for many.
In Ghana, it's very difficult for commercial professional drivers to get access to loans. What I decided to do was find ways and means where I will be able to provide the cars for the drivers. There was a resistance from the bank. They wanted to see a way in which we could monitor the cars. We did a Google search, and then we were able to see that there was a company in Finland that was providing devices that had a link to Google Map that will help us track all the cars. We get the direct location of wherever the car might be at any point in time. With the help of a tracking device, they give us the funds to actually start the business. We've lost 3 cars to armed robbery. Because of the device, we were able to locate all of these 3 cars, and with the help of police, we were able to retrieve all those cars. What inspires me is the fact that my idea has been a channel of hope to some of the professional drivers that I've been able to empower.
Wow, wow. Isn't that wonderful? I mean, that is Christopher Panford, and he has changed the lives of so many people, helping them to get loans. Hopefully, his story will encourage someone out there. If you don't have a job, you can create one. All you need is an idea. And don't ever say that your idea is stupid or that it can never happen. No, please don't ever say that. You just never know. By the way, Christopher is one of the winners of the Google Africa Connected competition, as well as the Ugandan lady that I featured last week, Eunice Namirembe. So I will continue to feature all the winners. And each winner won $25,000. Yes. So what is your idea? Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So have you guys been following the news from Tanzania? My people, it is heartbreaking that people would conclude in their mind that you must be a witch and they would kill you because of that belief. Kai, I'm telling you, some things should not be happening at this age. You know that seven people were killed earlier this month in Tanzania. 5 of them were in their 60s, senior citizens, and 2 of them were in their 40s. They burned some of them and they hacked others to death because they thought they were witches. I'm like, why? When would we not hear of stories like this anymore? And to my shock, just some days after that, 2 other people were killed in their home. A woman in her 80s, that's just ridiculous. An elderly woman in her 80s and her daughter who was 45. Just imagine the excuse that the neighbor that killed them gave. He said that he's impotent, and because of that, he believed that the old woman must be responsible for it. I can't really comprehend. So him and another guy hacked these 2 women to death in their home and no one came to help them. That's heartbreaking. Ignorance, oh my God. Ignorance is a major disease. Even if somebody is a witch, how does killing them solve any problem? If you're impotent, have you been to the doctor? And now that they killed the woman, the guy has been arrested. He's spending the rest of his life in prison. So what problem have you solved? You know, the ridiculous thing is the way they determine if someone is a witch. In Tanzania, they go by the color of the eyes. If the person's eyes are red, she must be a witch. And many of these women get red eyes after cooking with firewood for years and years, or after using dung as cooking fuel. When you do that for decades and all the smokes get in your eyes, the eyes start to turn red. You can avoid it. Can you imagine that to many people, these women are suddenly considered witches? According to the Legal and Human Rights Center in Tanzania, every year, as many as 500 people are lynched because they believe they must be witches. 500 people every year. Between 2005 and 2011 alone, more than 3,000 people, 3,000 were killed after they were accused of being witches. I mean, take a look at these women and tell me if you don't pity them.
Utako kuchupa ni nhele chiwipanga ukonuyu utemaluru mtu atemiru kenyen umala chene bukenyena hana temile na
aho byara runo kani ko bisana makwe kwingira hari mwana wo mwisho sasa hoje hisiani yabire hape kiki kitu mtokaraguru sasa uchunguzi ninga aho kijo kuti abo inabuje bokaraguru unabo kapandikisa bawo obulagwa oloka akaloku unkikuruma hemu okyanyanyu
mbona baburagira mwana kutomana
dantarmire kwe doke joku hayweri ngo gatamara mwana makunza.
Just imagine, breaks my heart. Most of these people are in their 60s, some of them in their 80s, elderly women. They feel helpless, you know? And what is the Tanzanian government doing about this? Clearly, they need to educate people. Have you guys noticed that this is happening mostly among people living in villages? Many of them are poor. The rich people are not killing themselves. They are not accusing each other of being witches. It is the poor people that are killing each other. See, this is what happens when people believe that witches are behind every little thing. I have headache. Oh, it must be witches. You have to rebuke the devil. Seriously? Oh, I didn't get that job. It has to be the witches. They are following you from your father's house. Really? Even in Nigeria, so many people believe believe that witches are behind every little thing? Whenever there's an accident, we'll say, oh, it is the blood-sucking demons. But why won't accidents happen when our roads are filled with potholes? And those of us that are talking about it, they will start rebuking us. They will say we are disrespectful. Why is it that countries with good roads don't have as many accidents as we do? Are there not witches everywhere? I thought witches are all over the world. We are the ones that are recording deaths on our roads every single day. Every single day. I'm not saying that the supernatural doesn't exist. I'm saying that we need to have discernment, which is why when I saw the video of the woman in Lagos who was accused of being a bird and then turned to a human being, they said she's a witch. I was so heartbroken by the attitude of the people that were there. They were cursing her. They were making fun of her, saying that she deserves what happened to her. My people, whether you believe that she's a witch or not, what matters is getting her to the hospital for treatment and saving her life first. And when she gets well, she can tell you about everything you want to know. Abi, it's not the story that you want to hear. So let her get well and she can tell you stories. I know that many people will not agree with me, but to be honest, I personally don't see Jesus doing what these people were doing. I know many of them will be religious people, Christians and Muslims. Yes, I just can't picture Jesus making fun of someone who is already burnt all over her body, saying you deserve it. If anything, he would have mercy on her. Yeah, that is what I know. Anyway, I'm hoping that Tanzanians will stop killing themselves in the name of witch hunting. Just imagine 500 people in 1 year alone. Kai. And they need to stop killing albinos as well. Yes, I've talked about that before, that in Tanzania, they kill albinos because of the belief that their body parts will bring fortune when they use it for black magic. Can you imagine that rationale? Really, this must stop. But you guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to Zimbabwe. My people, wonder shall never end. And this is one of those only in Zimbabwe stories. And I find it really hard to believe myself. But can you believe that one widow was made to do it with the dead body of her husband? During the funeral? Hey, I cannot. But I'm telling you can go and read the story. I said these are credible newspapers from Zimbabwe. What happened was the woman left her husband for another man for 2 years. Eventually, she came back to the husband, but he died few weeks after that. But before he died, he wrote in his will that his wife must, sleep with his dead body in front of everybody at the funeral before he can be buried. I said, what? I can't even picture that in my mind. And then I read that at first the woman refused, but that the man's family and friends insisted that she must do it. Oh, today you must do it. I said, Kai, guess what? In front of everybody, they made her do it. Oh, hey, with the dead body. I said, Yawa. They forced her to sleep with the dead body of the husband. They didn't even pity the woman. Guess what they were saying? Oh, the dead man was able to perform. It must be an angelic lust. I said, shoo. And this is happening in 2014. Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe. Hey, just imagine. I really pitied the woman. That is very sad. Very, very sad. Even if you want to punish her for leaving the husband, that is not how to do it. Shame on you. All of you that were responsible for that. Shame on you. And speaking of Zimbabwe, Lord knows I try every week not to talk about this woman. I tried very hard not to talk about her, but she would not stop. She has to be in the news by fire by force. Why now? You are not the only first lady in Africa. You are not the only first lady, Madam Grace of Zimbabwe has now officially declared her intention to run for presidency. You see what I've been shouting all this while, the whole PhD, making her the leader of the ZANU-PF, Women's Wing, everything. It's just to make her the next president. Now she cuckoo declare. The irony of the matter is that a lot of Zimbabweans still believe that the West is their problem. By the way, have you seen all these so-called men of God pledging their support for the madam? Hey, I could not believe it. One man of God, Reverend Muyaradzi Pundo of a World Faith Ministry in Bulawayo, this is what he said. You were chosen by God to lead that women's league. So do not be afraid because God is with you. You see what I'm saying? And then this same man of God said that because she's married to the leader that has been in power for more than 30 years, she has somebody to learn from. Can you imagine a pastor making that kind of statement? Ah, Zimbabwe, my Zimbabwe. It is very clear that so many people in Zimbabwe are not bothered. So why am I bothering myself now? I beg go jare, make we move to another story. Make you enjoy your time with your madam. You know, honestly, I wish you guys good luck. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So before anything else today, I want to thank you guys. Thank you a million times. Thank you guys, because few months ago, as well as few weeks ago, I talked about a woman with breast cancer, Kubrat Yusuf, and how she needed about 400,000 naira for chemotherapy. Well, her husband has been calling me, giving me updates, and I was so glad when he called to tell me that so many of you called him and that you sent him money. I was like, oh my God, you guys have no idea how much that means to me. You know, if nothing else comes out of me doing this show, at least I'm so glad that I was able to connect a needy person with those who are willing to help. I am so grateful. Thank you so much, guys. Everybody that reached out to this family, I don't know who you are, but to everyone that contacted Victor Adams, that's his name, please accept my deepest gratitude. I am so grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Kubrat is doing so much better. The husband is so excited. He is so happy because now he knows that his wife will leave, and she's only going to leave because you guys cared. Thank you so much. He sent these pictures just for updates. This is Kubrat with members of a Dignity for Helpless Foundation. That is a foundation that has been working with this family from the beginning. They've done a tremendous job. This is another member of the foundation with Kubrat. She's doing so much better. I haven't been able to speak with her, but I promise you guys that whenever I'm able to speak with her, I will deliver her message to you guys. Please check out their website. I spoke with them and they were lamenting on the fact that they have so many people that they are still working with, as well as Kubrat, and that they don't have enough funds. I told them to look into applying for grants. So if you know of any grants that they can apply for, or if you would like to support their work, please make sure you visit their website. They're literally saving lives of people that have been burnt by fire, people who have cancer, or those that were bathed in acid. Those are the people that they focused on, and they are doing a wonderful job. Also, you can still donate for Kubrat, by the way. She's not done with her treatment. You can call her husband, Victor Adams, and he will give you updates. Other news media have reported about this woman, so it is legit. And I remember showing you a video of Kubrat as well, so it is a legitimate story. Thank you for making a difference. Kubrat is alive today because you guys cared. So while I rejoice with Kubrat and her husband, someone else sent me the story of a beautiful lady by the name Zainab Aliyu, a 21-year-old student of Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria. Well, a former student, because she had to drop out of school because of her health issues. Right now, Zainab is battling a blood cancer known as Hodgkin's lymphoma, and she's in desperate need of 9 million naira, which is about $50,000. So in case I'm not being clear, I'm trying to say that this lady could die if you and I don't help her. Please, her story has been reported by several media houses, yet I'm surprised that so many of our billionaires and millionaires are not coming forth to help her. I don't understand that. I know that some people have helped her. I heard that a very wealthy man had donated generously last year when she was diagnosed. Unfortunately though, they've spent all the money in the treatment that she has received so far. I really wish you guys would get to read her story. It's so sad. When I was reading her story, I almost cried. She's been through a lot, and the family has spent more than $23,000, more than $23,000. By the time they knew it was cancer, she was already in a lot of pains. There was a time she couldn't walk, she couldn't eat. At one time they had to take her to Dubai. Now she's in Egypt for treatment. So please and please, whatever you have, please contact Hajia Sadia or Hajia Hafsat on these numbers. And if you rather donate directly, here is the account information. Please go ahead. Her story has been reported in several media houses, so yes, it is true. You can always Google to find out more information before you make your donations. I know that you guys have helped Kubrat, but I'm hoping that now you will help Zainab. And I'm sorry, but I have so many more people that have contacted me, and every so often I will bring up cases like this just to give you guys an opportunity to help the helpless. Maybe one or two of you will contact the family of Zainab, and I will really appreciate that. Thank you. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So before I read emails today, this week I was so proud to be a Nigerian. Hello. You know, it was everywhere. Everybody was reporting it. Nigeria curbs Ebola. Nigeria is free of Ebola. I said, Father, I never knew I would live to see Nigeria in the news for something positive. In this America, I was so glad I went and cooked ogbono soup just because of how glad I was. Thank you so much to the Nigerian government, the Lagos state government, the Port Harcourt government, and the federal government. Thank you so much for how you handled the case of Ebola in Nigeria. You made us all so proud. This is why I've been saying we don't need to pay anybody PR money to make us look good. We just have to do the right thing. You can make us proud again by finding those girls. You get what I'm saying? Thank you so much, Ina. Do well. Our first email today is from Taiwo Ajakaye. And he says, hi Adeola. They said that Jonathan has been correcting the wrongs of the past. And I asked, which past? 1999 to 2003, we had PDP. 2003 to 2007, it was PDP. 2007 to 2011, it was PDP. 2011 to 2014, it's still PDP. So which wrong past are we talking about? Of PDP regime or of the pre-PDP regime? Haba! 15 years with all resources to take a nation from zero to any length. We still give them excuses. Dubai started within the reign of PDP and now the whole world runs there. Mind you, if they are selling fuel for me for 97 naira per liter, I know that nobody is getting it less. Even those people that are in support of their wickedness. So what exactly has GEJ been doing for 5 years now? Wow, Mr. Taiwo. Hey, my brother, this is bigger than me. I can never say any of these things that you said in this email. You are asking what Mr. President has done for the past 5 years. Haba, Nigerians, why are you so bold? No, not be mental calm. You know, this is an email, not me. I can never say anything like that. Our next email is from Umar Mohammed Bello. I watched your previous show in which you mentioned that a guy from Nigeria is a president in a particular school abroad. Well, this is the same in my school, Kiel University in the UK. Our student union president is a Nigerian, Bolu by name, and I'm really proud of him. Thank you so much for telling me about this. We are so proud of you, Bolu. Thanks for representing. Kudos to you, my brother. Our last email is from Tess Faye, and he says, Dear Adeola, I always like to watch your show and humor, but on the issue of shooting at the Ethiopian embassy, you goofed and you have a distorted information. Hence, you're sending a wrong message. The demonstrators were members of Gimbot 7 opposition party. They entered the premises of the embassy and they were trying to change the existing flag that was flying by their own version. The security guard tried to ward them off, but they were just closing in. He had no choice but to fire in the air to disperse them until the police came. What would Nigerian embassy security do in similar circumstances? What? Oh my God, really, bro, really? My brother, I think you are making a mistake. You can never justify shooting because people are protesting. And if this were to have happened at the Nigerian embassy, guess what? We will beat him up. Even if they decide to take down the flag, the security men will not shoot. They will call the police. In fact, we will be the ones to call the police that some crazy guy is shooting at the embassy, and then we will beat him up before the police gets there. I mean, you were the one that asked what we would do at the Nigerian embassy. You can never justify shooting. I showed you the video. He pointed the gun at one of the protesters. So don't paint it as if he's trying to get them off the territory of the embassy. No, he was trying to kill somebody. Didn't you see the video? He shot at one of the protesters. And that was when he realized that his bullet had finished and he ran back into the embassy. You are trying to justify trying to kill protesters. Have you not heard that the man has fled to Ethiopia? If he's not guilty, why is he running out of town? Why didn't he stay in Washington DC? Just imagine a Nigerian official shooting here at the embassy. They can do their shakara in Nigeria, but once they are here, they are regular people like the rest of us. Don't get me upset, my brother. Don't get me upset. And thank you for writing. Alright guys, that's all the time that I have for emails today. Please keep sending your emails to adeola.keepingitreal@gmail.com. Alright y'all, it's been real and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Until next week, I'ma see y'all later. Peace out.
Welcome to First View Luxury Hotel. At First View Luxury Hotel, we offer excellent service. Our rooms have all the necessary facilities to make your stay comfortable and memorable. You will also have access to internet service, breakfast, 24-hour power supply, full air condition, free international calls, free tire pumping service, and free car battery charge. So what are you waiting for? Quickly visit First View Luxury Hotel. We are located at #1 Adeola Mishile off Raji Rasaki Road, First Estate, Amuwo, Odofin Festac, Lagos. For more information or reservation, please call us on 080-7578-7135 or 080-9990-0601. You can also take advantage of our online ongoing promo at www.firstviewhotel.com to make your reservation and payment for your favorite room, which attracts a discount rate. Please note, rooms are reserved based on first come, first serve. First View Luxury Hotel. Experience the home of comfort. They come.